श्रीमद्रङ्गशटारि संयमिवरा लब्धागमान्दद्वयम् श्रीमद्वीररघुद्वहात्य सटजित्पादारविन्दाश्रयम् श्रीमद्वेदवदंशदेशिकयते कारुण्यवीक्षास्पदम् सेवे रङ्गदुरीण सासनवसम् नारायणम् योगीनम्। श्रीमते श्रीलक्ष्मी नृसिंह दिव्यपादुका सेवक श्रीवन षडगोप श्रीनारायण यतीन्द्र महादेशिकाय नमः।
भवद्भक्तजनार्तिकन्दगोपतिरुत्तमन्येष विचार्यदूर्णं स्तम्भेवतारस्तमनन्यलभ्यं लक्ष्मीन सम्मंशलं प्रपद्ये अहोबिलेकारुणशैलमध्ये कृपावशात् कल्पितसन्निधानम् व्यासमालिङ्गितवामभागं लक्ष्मीन सम्मं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्ये केसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां साकृति प्रपद्ये निर्वद्यानां श्रद्धां गुणसम्पदां शरणं भवपीतानां षटकोपमुनीश्वरं श्रीमच्चटारि षटकोपैतीन्द्ररङ्गिकार्यात्मजातमुनिभिर्गुरु सार्वभौमैः सम्प्रेक्षितं करुणया परिपूर्णबोधं लक्ष्मीन्द्र सम्म षटकोपमुनिं भजामः। श्रीरङ्गेशीतीन्दुना करुणया सोऽस्यादिति प्रेक्षितं ख्यातश्री नरसिंहकार्यमुनिपादाम्बुजेन्दिरं दान्तिक्षान्ततयादिभिर्सुमुखनैर्बान्धं बुधाग्रेसरम् श्रीमत्रङ्गषडार्योगिनपतिं श्रेयोनितं संश्रिये श्रीमत्श्रीरङ्गभृत्तीश्वर षडरिपुणा समयमिन्द्रेण दृष्टं यस्यात्मानं संमेनरकरिषडजित् योगिनेतु प्रसादात् प्राज्ञ श्रीरङ्गधारि प्रभवयति पतेः प्राप्तलक्ष्मीन् सम्मास्तानं सेवे यतीन्द्रं सकलगुणनिधिं वीरक्वीक्षडारिम् श्रीरङ्गनाथ षडगोपैतीन्द्रनिष्ठं लक्ष्मीन् सम्मसरजित् करुणैकपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीररघुराक्षडगोपकृत्यं वेदान्तदेशिकीतीन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये। श्रीमद्रङ्गषडारि समयवरालप्तागमन्तद्वयं श्रीमद्वीररघुत्तगात्य सटजित् पादारविन्दाश्रयं श्रीमद्वेदवदंशदेशीयदेः कारुण्यवीक्षास्पदं सेवे रङ्गदुरीण सहस्रवसं नारायणं योगिनं वेदान्तदेशिकेतीन्द्रकटाक्षलब्धत्रय्यन्तसारमनवद्यं गुणं बुधाग्र्यं नारायणादिदुर्यकृपाभिषिक्तं श्रीरङ्गनादिदिशेखरमाश्रयामः। श्रीमते श्रीलक्ष्मीनस्मदिव्यपादका सेवक श्रीवंशोप श्री नारायण यतीन्द्र महादेशिकाय नमः। श्रीमते श्रीवंशोप श्रीरङ्गनाथ यतीन्द्र महादेशिकाय नमः। Namaskaram to everybody. Today I've been honored and humble to talk about qualities of a Sri Vaishnava. Sometimes you get a topic that is you are least qualified to talk, but because of sheer grace of our Acharyas and great scholarly people, I had a little bit of acquaintances with those Mahatmas, Anugraham and grace. Adiyan will share a little things that I learned. Because these qualities of an ideal Sri Vaishnava or aspirational qualities of an ideal Sri Vaishnava is huge. It is as good as many things are not even easy to describe, because if you think a set of things can define a good Sri Vaishnava, we can give a little bit of peripheral outline, but not the entirety, not in its entirety, because it's huge, it's vast, it's so deep, and it is so internal. Everything is so internal. We'll talk one by one. Who is a Sri Vaishnava? This is the first and foremost question. The first and foremost question is, who is a Sri Vaishnava? The first quality is absolute faith in Lord Sriman Narayana. Not regular Narayana, not just Narayana, it is always Sriman Narayana. Swami Mahadesikan says, Dampati Daivatam Naha. Together, always they are together. And that is the Sriman Narayana with Mahalakshmi and Bhagavan together. That is what Guru Midhanami Uddesham, always together. That is what our ultimate aim. That is what we all aspire for, and we need to have absolute faith. Absolute faith. In Ramayana, there is a very famous slokam where Sita declares she was all by herself in Ashokavana, and Ravana kept her. You all know the story of Ramayana. In Sri Ramayana, she was kept all by herself in Ashokavana, and she declares in front of Ravana without any hesitation, very bravely she declares, Ananya Raghavena Aham Bhaskarena Prabhayata. Don't think that you have separated me from my husband. You have separated me from Raghava. You can never ever separate me from Raghava, because I am like the Prabha, or the shining around the sun. I am the light behind the sun. So don't think that the sun and the light can be separated, Ravana. I can never ever be separated from Raghavan. Whatever you are seeing is a very temporary phenomenon, but it's never going to happen. It can never separate us. We are a tattvam together. And if he is Bhagavan, she is Bhagavati. If he is Deva, she is Devi. If he is Swami, she is Swamini. And they are always together. And we need to have absolute faith in that Sriman Narayana, the togetherness of Mahalakshmi and Bhagavan. And one more thing, not only that you need to have faith, you need to have faith only in him. He is the Narayana name. Namake, the two things, the two ekarams, or the two extra syllables that are added, and those are the key things. That is, he is the one and only. Lord Sriman Narayana is the one and only who is going to protect, and he is going to protect only us. That is, all the people in this world, everybody in this world, he is the one and only refuge. And second one is, surrendering him is the only path. What is surrendering? Mama, you are talking about surrender. There are a lot of names for that. They say it, Bhara Samarpanam, Bharan Nyasam, Atma Samarpanam. So what is this Bharan Nyasam means? Nyasam means, you all know, when you are doing Sandhya Vandanam, you do the Anganyasam, Karanyasam. Nyasam means to keep. That's what is Nyasam means. And Bharanyasam means, Bharam means the burden. The burden of protecting me is not with me, it is unto Bhagavan. Only him, Lord Sriman Narayana, only he can save me, and I am going to put the burden of protecting me. And we just go and declare in front of an Acharya. And that is what is Bharasamarpanam or Bharanyasam. I am the property, you are the Swami, and I realize that. I realize this now. Please protect me. We go and state explicitly, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is looking for that one small thing from us. So when we go and do, and Mama, you are saying surrendering. Surrender means, this is not a bad word or a bad connotation, because in a surrender, in a typical war, what happens? One is winning, another is losing. So whoever is the loser goes to the winner, and then they say, I surrender to you, right? So are we the losers? Are we the loser? And you say that when we always going to serve Bhagavan, that means serving means, are we always going to be a lower level than Bhagavan? I'll explain to you in two things. The Sharanagati or surrender to him is the only time there are no losers. It is a win-win situation. Both of us are winners. That is, you take a situation where a small kid is crying throughout night because of the tummy ache. And it is throughout the time it's crying and crying. And sometimes, the mother is trying with different medications, giving all types of medications. And suddenly mother thought, okay, this medication is really good for this baby, and gave the medication to the baby. And then the baby completely slept nicely. And when the baby slept nicely, who is the winner here? The baby is also a winner, because it got relieved with the pain. The mother got so relieved, the baby was out of pain. Similarly, the Bhagavan is giving a lot of medication to us. He is giving Shastras, he is giving Avataras, he is giving different things, a lot of things to us. At some point of time, we take those things and then we think, okay, this is what we need to follow. He's been prescribing, he's giving and giving and giving, but we are the ones always says, when he comes to and say, from me, you belong to me, what do we say? We'd say, aham me, I belong to only myself. So me, he comes to close to, you all know that the famous sloka of Parashara Bhattar, he says, Tvamme, aham me, even that's a conversation. He says, how is that possible, Krishna? I don't belong to you. I belong to only myself. And that is why, because of that kind of ego, that we belong to ourselves, we are not doing the surrender to Bhagavan. We are constantly thinking, I am going to be all by myself. I am going to be an independent entity all by myself. Because of that ego, we can never ever get closer to him or never get the salvation. Bhagavan is every day is trying and trying. He is like a judge. A judge, you get in the United States, when you drive car very fast, you get a ticket. You get a ticket and you go to the court and you are thinking, oh, you know what? In the court, I have my father. He is the judge. I'll go and talk to him. You go and tell the judge, you know what? Today I made a mistake, and then gave the ticket. And then the judge says, you know what? Okay, he did it on the first time. Let him go. He's my little kid. I'm going to let him go. And then next time, the next day, we get another ticket. And then few days later, we get more tickets. We get tickets and tickets and tickets. We get only tickets. And then we go. What do we do? The judge says, you know what? My child is not learning things. He has to be given some way to change. And that is what our karma is just piling up. So it is not his grace. His grace is always there. He is ready to help us. He is ready to take care of us. But what do we say? We only go and violate everything that has been prescribed. So that surrender is absolute win-win situation. We go and give our burden or our protection of our burden of our protection to him, and he takes care of us. And that is what is Bharanyasa. And he is the goal. Ultimately, after doing that, who is the goal? What am I going to have? I'm going to have this big bungalow, or I'm going to have this. No, it is him, always him. When he is with us, nobody in the world could be against us. Remember that. When Lord is with us, when Lord Srivan Narayana with us, nobody could be against us. So that is a very basic fundamental quality of a Sri Vaishnava. While going back a little bit more, I want to elaborate that. What are the things that we need to aspire? Two things we need to aspire. One is an external thing. Another is an internal thing. The internal thing is very deep, as I said earlier. The external things are a little bit easier. Even the external things are not that easy. So let's go to what are those external things that we need to do. The first and foremost, I put Srimad Azhagiyasingar's photo in this one because the cleanliness. Azhagiyasingar has given a beautiful Anniga Grantham, which was originally written in Sanskrit by 26th Azhagiyasingar, 26th Pattam Azhagiyasingar. And this Azhagiyasingar took that one and then he wrote a Tamil commentary on that and gave it to us. Every day, whenever I have any doubt, I go to that. It is available on English. On Ahobilamattam website in English also, you can go and download it for a very nominal fee. But it is such a beautiful Grantham. It tells you from morning to evening, everything. As a brahmachari, what you are supposed to do. As a grihastha, what are you supposed to do. As a woman, what are you supposed to do. Everything has been prescribed in that Anniga Grantham. You just need to go and look for that. Sometimes looking at that Grantham itself was making us to cry because, oh my God, every small thing Azhagiyasingar has mentioned. Because the cleanliness and the acharam, they exactly go with hand in hand. Those who remember the days of COVID, in Corona days, you all know, every time we go and wash our hands, we have been told to wash. I live in America here, and then we don't have, people go and do all kinds of things. They don't have the patti, HL, nothing is there. Everything was followed during that time. You cannot touch a patram and sip it and then go and touch another thing. You need to wash your hand. This is what our ancestors have been telling us. Please follow the acharam. When you follow the acharam, it creates a cleanliness, it creates a hygiene, it's healthy for you. Second one is wearing Tiruman and Sicharnam. A lot of us, we take a small Sicharnam alone in the center. What does that mean? That means what Tayar said, we are going against her her statement, whatever she said, me and Raghava is inseparable. Aranya Raghavena Aham Bhaskarena Prabhayata. We are saying that no, only Tayar is enough for me. Bhagavan is not, I don't need Bhagavan. Never ever make that one mistake. Always wear Thiruman and Sri together. And if you are a woman, if you are a girl, make sure that you wear a bright tilakam. I know if you are living outside, outside India, sometimes it may not possible for you to do those things. But when you are in a temple, when you are in a cultural setting, when you are at home, brightly wear that one. When you are in India, make sure that you wear those things very nicely on your forehead. Tell everybody that you are a Sri Vaishnava. You are making a statement. You are a person of good conduct. You are a person of good character. That's what this indicates. The person with this Thiruman and Sri Charnam will not make a mistake. A girl with this kind of tilakam, a beautiful Andal tilakam who looks like Andal, will behave like Andal and follow things like Andal. That is the message you are sending it to everybody around you. So even the people with bad characters will think several times before they come and see you. So make sure that you wear the tilakam and Thiruman and Sri Charnam and everything in the prescribed way. Don't try to shorten all those things. Don't go for shortcuts. And do the prescribed anushtanams. And that is the key. The prescribed anushtanams are to make you a better person, because without a discipline, you cannot get into spirituality. You need to have the discipline. Get up in the morning and do the Sandhya Vandanam that has been prescribed. Do that. Because at the end of the day, we are praying for the entire world. In the morning when I start my day, what do we say in Sandhya Vandanam mantram, the Upastara mantram? Mitrasya Charshani Hidrita. That mantram is praying for the farmers who are doing in the paddy field, who are cultivating paddy in the paddy field. They are the people reason for us to get our rice. They are the people who are reason for us to get lentils and other things. Whether it's parupu, arisi, anything, we are getting it because of those farmers. And we are praying for those farmers, saying that, "Hey Bhagavan, Pratyaksha Brahman, that is the Surya Bhagavan, please protect them. That is Surya Narayana, please protect them." And the second time in the middle of the day, you have the Madhyani Sandhya Vandanam. And what do? You go and pray to the Surya Bhagavan again. Pashyema Sharadashatam. You are not just praying for yourself. Let the entire world have a clear vision for everybody. We are not even praying for only the people who belong in Bharatavarsham, Bharadakandam, that is only in India. We are praying for the entire world. And that is not a practice that has been started like 2 days back or 3 days back. Thousands of years. That is what our Sanatana Dharma teaches us. Pray for everybody. In the evening, Sandhya Vandanam, what do? You are praying for the rain. Good praying. You are praying to the god of Varuna. So the Anushtanams itself is a service to the community. Make sure that you do that one. Service to Bhagavan. Because we are doing for his own preeti. That is his own pleasure. We don't get a pleasure out of it because it has been prescribed, and we are doing for the sake of Bhagavan. Offer it to Bhagavan, to his lotus feet. So these are the external things. Let me go to the internal ones. This is the most important. Cry for others' pain. When you see a pain with others, you make sure that you really have the empathy for them. That is a key. You have the empathy for them. You may say, Mama, having the empathy or crying for others is not going to make their life easy. How would you are saying that cry for others, but pray for others and find ways to help them. And don't have the pride that when you help somebody, I help somebody. I'm telling you, none of us are capable of helping anybody. It is his will. That is Lord Sriman Narayana's will. I put here Srimad Azhagiyasingar's picture here because during the time of COVID, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. During the time of COVID, there was a cow. There was a cow that was suffering, and Srivan Azhagiyasingar was there, and he called his Kaingariya Baras, bring that cow which is suffering, bring that cow. And you know what His Holiness did in front of Lord Lakshmi Narasimha, in front of Malola, he did Barasamarpanam for that cow, not for a human. He did this Barasamarpanam for that cow, and then after 3 days, the cow attained Paramapadam. So even for anybody, whether humans, have that empathy for others. That's what great Acharyas are showing us. Even whether it's a plant or an animal or another human being, have the prayerful and make sure that you help them. When you help them, don't think that you are doing a great service. It is actually to your own betterment that you are doing it. That is why they say Naraseva is Narayana Seva, Janata Seva is Janardana Seva, Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. Make sure that you follow those edicts and follow those services with the absolute faith that we are doing it for the sake of Bhagavan. There was a famous story in Mahabharata. Karna and Arjuna was fighting with each other. Karna fallen. Still he is not dead. Bhagavan took an elderly person's disguise. He went, hey Karna, can you give me something? And Karna was dying. He said, I don't have anything. I'm dying. What can I do? No, you have a lot of punyams that you used to do this philanthropy work. Lot of punyams that you acquired. Give it to me. You may think at the whole thing, is it not cruel that somebody is dying and Krishna goes and gets all his punyam? There's a beautiful message in that one. When you do all your punyams, thinking that I am doing it, then the purpose of whole thing is just very minimal. But when you offer it to Narayanaya Disamarpayami, it takes you to a different level. That is what Bhagavan wants to do. It is his grace. He goes and takes all the things from Karna. Hey Karna, you did not do these services thinking that you are offering it to me. You are thinking that you are doing just for the sake of helping others. You cannot help anybody. It is the me who is doing everything from everywhere. So offer it to me. Do the Narayanaya Disamarpayami now, at least now. That is a beautiful message that we learn from Mahabharata. Bhagavan comes automatically, goes voluntarily and begs for that, give that one to me. That is why we have that beautiful shloka in Mahabharata, Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Do your duty and do not worry about the fruit of the action. I will take care of it. So when you go on to help others, don't have the ego that I did a great job, but offer it to Bhagavan. Do the kainkariam to Bhagavan. It is for his preeti that you are doing it. It is for his pleasure that you are doing it. And the other things, normally everybody will have, oh, I belong to this great family. That is the kulam. The second one is, oh, I got a PhD, I got a master's, I got a MD, I am an engineer. So the education is the other one. And then the status, the financial status. I got so much money, I got this, all those things. They call it Vanjamukhurum, the three things that you will, pitfalls that you will fall very quickly. Because of your family background, because of your own education, because of your own social status, like money. These are the three things. Who actually crossed all these pitfalls? That is Swami Korattalvan. Manjamuk Korumbam Kudiye Kadatum Nam Korattalvan. So we need to follow those great Acharyas' footsteps. Do not have this kind of pride and false ego thinking that we are doing it. We are not capable of doing anything. It is because of his will, because of his pleasure that we are doing it. And when I say him, always think that is Lord Sriman Narayana. Two things, making sure that you do that. I put Swami Vedanta Deshika's picture because he is the one who makes sure that the concept of Nyasa Vidya or the Bharanyasam has been put together in a correct way. And Swami did beautifully in his magnum opus and on so many granthams that what is the definition of prapatti or the surrender to Lord Sriman Narayana. Two things that we need to follow in as a Sri Vaishnava, that is absolute surrender to Lord Sriman Narayana and then servitude to his devotees. Bhagavat Kainkaryam, Bhagavata Kainkaryam. Both are equally important. You cannot negate one thing. Oh, I surrender to Bhagavan. I'm not going to worry about all the people around me. No. It is the Bhagavata Kainkaryam equally important or more important than Bhagavat Kainkaryam itself, because if you do any apacharam to Bhagavan, Bhagavan will think, you know what, he's a little child, he's not doing, he or she doesn't know what they are doing. But if you try to hurt other person, other Bhagavata, and especially, this is very important, especially to Acharyas, our Purvacharyas, that is called Asahyapacharam. The one cannot be unpardonable mistake. Not only you should not do any sin or commit anything against another, a sin against another Bhagavata, do not even think of doing our ancestors, our Purvacharyas. All the Purvacharyas are great Acharyas in their own level. They are all pure intellectuals. We born into a particular sect, we follow a particular sampradayam. Let us only focus on our great acharyas. Never ever make the mistake of doing apacharam or making wrong statements about wrong things, abusing about our acharyas. Because in this day of social media, I see a lot of those things happening. Even the youngsters are indulging this kind of apacharams. Very, very wrong. And I see so much again, Swami Vedanta Deshika, very, very wrong. Don't do those kind of mistakes. Whether it is Swami Desikan or any other Acharya, they are all great Mahatmas in their own way. Try to understand them. Try to go through their grantham. Try to understand what they have taught us. So, servitude to his devotees and the Bhagavatas is equally important or more important than doing something to Lord Sriman Narayana. This is another great quality. You all follow this, in Deshika Mangalam, this slokam comes, very famous slokam. Yakyadi labha pujasu vimukho Vaishnavi jane. If you go to Swami Desikan and say, Swami, you are a great intellect, you are a Aazhagiyasingar, you have been praised by Lord Ranganatha himself, you have been given the title of Sarvatantra Swatantra Aazhagiyasingar by Tayar herself, you are a great Mahatma. Swami will be Vimukho, he will be just completely, he will not even look at them. No, don't talk about me. If somebody says, Kriniyadasam praptatasmai bhavyayam, if somebody says, Swami, somebody is in problem, we need to have somebody to be sold. Kriniyadasam means can be sold as a commodity. A Sri Vaishnava can be give themselves as a commodity to be sold. Swami has such a great Acharya, comes to that level, and these are all not a hyperbole statements. They are all purely based on Swami's life history. There was a great Acharya. This is the one that I want to talk today very importantly. A great Acharya called Anantan Pillai. Anantan Pillai, Anantarvan, was one of the Sishya of Swami Ramanuja. Swami Ramanuja, I'll take you back in history. Swami Ramanuja was in Srirangam. He is giving a discourse on Thiruvaimozhi. The pin drop silence, everybody, Swami Puratadvan was there, Nadadur Advan was there, Mudaliyandan was there, everybody, all the great Sishyas of each one of them are great Acharyas themselves, but in front of Swami Ramanuja, all of them saying that Adiyen Ramanuja Dasan, I am servant of you, Swami, because Adisesha himself came here as Swami Ramanuja. So they are all like, pin drop silence. Everybody is just following what Swami Ramanuja says. Because in those days, that is essential. Keeping silence is very important because they don't have a microphone to amplify anything. There were hundreds of Sishyas in Srirangam. They were all pin drop silence listening to Swami Ramanuja. Ramanuja is giving a beautiful discourse on Thiruvaimozhi, and today's Pasuram is on Trivengada Pasuram. On Tirupati Tirumala Pasuram, Swami was talking about Sindhapu Magaram Tiruvengada. He was talking about how flowers are falling constantly in the hills of Tirumala Tirupati. While doing that, few drops of tears came in Swami Ramanuja's eyes. Everybody was, Swami, what happened? Shocked. What happened? Why Swami is crying? They will follow Swami Ramanuja every sentences, and they will think, okay, why he is doing it? If he shed the tears on Yandai Tandai Tandaike, that means he is thinking about the Paratoma of Bhagavan. He is here, but he is a Supreme Lord. He is here because of his Saulabhyam in Tirumala Tirupati, but he is a Supreme Lord. Is he thinking about his Paratvam, his Saulabhyam? What is he thinking? But they knew that when the moment Swami said, Sindhapu Magilam, that is the time that he shed the tears. All the Sishyas were, Swami, what happened? Can you please explain to us? So he said, no, there's so much flower in Tirumala Tirupati. Not many people are there to do Kainkaryam for Lord Srinivasa. The Lord Srinivasa, whom I invoked, Brahmani Srinivasa, in my very first sloka of Sri Bhashyam. He doesn't have a lot of people like how we have here in Srirangam. A lot of people are there to take the flowers and make beautiful garlands and offer it to Lord Ranganatha. We don't have anybody like that in Tirumala Tirupati. That is what I'm thinking. That is why I thought tears came on my eyes. One person rose and then he said, Adiyan, if Acharya permits, I will go to Tirumala Tirupati. And everybody looked around. You know what? He is the real guy or the real boy in this whole thing. He is the on Pillai. You may ask, what Mama going to Tirumala Tirupati makes somebody so brave? It is not going to Tirumala Tirupati. When Swami Ramanuja was there in physical form, if somebody is ready to go away from Swami Ramanuja to go away from Swami Ramanuja to another place and do the services as instructed by Swami Ramanuja, that's a great act of bravery. Nobody wants to leave Swami Ramanuja's lotus feet. They all want to be there and they want to listen to Swami Ramanuja more and more. I want to listen to you. I want to follow Swami. When Swami is like here in the Vibhava Avataram. So, because second thing is, in Tirumala Tirupati is not accessible in those days. Even now you see the stories of wild animals are coming here and there. But in those days, it's a really 1,000 years back. It is not that developed. There was always problems of wild animals, but that was not the reason. But if somebody could go away from Swami Ramanuja when he was there in the physical form, that shows the bravery. I don't even want this anubhavam or experience. I can stay away from here and go and do the service because that is what makes my Acharya, Swami Ramanuja, to feel good. Anantan Pillai was one of those great Acharyas. He went to Tirumala Tirupati and he was serving Lord Srinivasa for a number of years. Everybody knows who is Anantadwan, who is Anantan Pillai. So a bunch of Sri Vaishnavas, they took a yatra, went to Tirumala Tirupati, and offered their salutation to Lord Srinivasa, did the Mangala Sasanam, and then they came to Anantadvan and then said, Swami Adiyan, we are all a group of devotees. We want to get some Upadesham from you. Anantadvan looked at Adiyan Ramanujasan, I am not a very scholarly person. Why do you want to get a set of instruction? No. We know you, Swami. We know who you are. You are so humble. You are humility personified. You follow only your Acharya's words. We need to have some kind of a upadesham from you. Then Anantadwan said, you know what? I'm doing this Kainkariam today. So many people. Today is a great festival day. Lord Srinivasa Malayappa Swami is going to come on a beautiful palanquin. So I'm very, very busy here today. Please stay. Participate in these festivities. And in sometime in the evening, we will talk about what I can say about any Upadesham I can think of. I will let you know. They stayed and then they participated in all the festivities of the Utsavam. That was a great Utsavam. A lot of devotees came. Swami Anantadwan was fully busy, very, very busy, doing the Kainkariam, doing the Tadiyaradhanam to everybody, doing all kinds of, because in those days only few people were there in Tirumala, Tirupati. So he was taking care of all the guests. All the Sri Vaishnavas, all the guests were taken care in Tirumala, Tirupati by Swami Anantadwan and his wife and his family. After everything was done around night 11 o'clock in the night time, it was retirement time to go to bed, retired, ready to go. And these people, bunch of people went to Anantadwan. Adiyan, Swami, we came this morning. Yeah, I remember you came this morning. And you are asking for Upadesha. I will tell you 4 simple things. If you follow those things, it will be perfect. And these are the 4 things mentioned by Swami Anantadwan. He says, Kokkai pola irukkanam, Koli pola irukkanam, Uppai pola irukkanam, Ummai pola irukkanam. Kokkai pola irukkanam. Everything has a very deep meaning. The people who came there, they understood what is that meaning. They were speechless. They prostrated and said, Swami, salutations to you. Our humble pranamams at your lotus feet. And they left. We need to understand what are those things mean. Kokkai pola irukkanam, Koli pola irukkanam, Uppai pola irukkanam, Ummai pola irukkanam. Let's go one by one and give some examples on what does that even mean. Kokkai pola irukkanam means kokku is crane or a flamingo. You go to India in any big rivers, you will see it will be standing on one leg, just completely focused on only the big fish, not the small fish. When they come, when they go, it will not even do anything. It will just stay there as if like a person who is doing a tapas. That is how we need to see. We need to be focused only on Bhagavan, only on our Acharya, and only on the Kainkariam, not on the material distraction. And I'm giving you a great example right here in this picture. You see the Kanchipuram Swami Ramanuja's picture. On the right-hand side, you see a very small Tirumeni or the Vigraham of Swami Korattalvan. Korattalvan, in this Divyadesam in Kanchipuram, he is in a standing posture because Ramanuja instructed him, Kachidhanil Kangodukkum Perumal Vandar. He gave the Lord Varadaraja, gave the vision back to Korattalvan. His eyesight was back because of Lord Varadaraja's grace. And he himself said, I'm not going to pray. Swami Ramanuja told him, no, do this. This is my instruction. Korattalvan was a great, he was a Puresha, he was a Shamindar, he was a local king for the village. And whatever the money that he is getting with the taxes and everything, he is not keeping it for himself. He completely goes and does the philanthropy work for everybody. Korattalvan's main thing was creating Ramanuja Kutam. The 2 people in our Sampradayam are extremely important who focused only on giving and giving it to all the poor people. One is Korattalvan, another is Tirumangayalvan. Tirumangayalvan did Tadiyaradhanam. Tadiyargal, Tadi means the persons belong to us. Everybody belong to us. The entire universe belongs to us. Whoever comes here will be fed. And that happens even today at great institutions like Sri Ahovila Matha. People come, they eat without any questions asked, they've been served. Swami Korattalvan was one of those people, and he has a huge place. In Kanchipuram, in those days, there was a great Mahatma who lived. His name is Tirukachinambigal. Tirukachinambigal has a special relationship with the Lord and Lord Varadaraja and Perandevi Tayar. Every day, night, he will go and do the fan kaingaryam. He will take a big fan and he will do the fanning for the Divya Dampatis, Perumal and Tayar together when they are together. Sometimes when they even talk to each other, still Tirukachirumbigal will listen to them. It was one such night. He was doing fanning Alavatta Kaingaryam to the great Divya Dampadigals of Kanchipuram, Lord Varadaraja and Perundevi Tayar. They were together. And suddenly there was a big door was closing. Mahalakshmi Tayar and Perundevi Tayar and Varadaraja knows everything in the whole world. But this incident is a little leela that they want to highlight the greatness of Swami Kurattalwan. Tayar asked Perumal, I hear somebody is closing their house door. There must be a huge door. What happened? Why at night 11 o'clock they are still working? Why are they closing it now? Varadaraja says, Lord says, Amma, it's because our Kurattalwan, Srivatsa Chinna Mishra, he's just done with his everyday philanthropy work. He feeds people every day. So many people he feeds. And today, I think all the people have eaten, they are full and they are all sleeping. And Kurattalwan said, let's close the door and tomorrow morning we'll start a new day. Tayar said, wow, he could do so much philanthropy work. He's such a great rich person. Seems to be extremely good person that he is doing this this kind of kainkariam. How is this possible? And that was the conversation. And then Tirukachinambigal, everything was, after doing the fanning kainkariam, Tirukachinambigal came out of the temple. Next day morning, he saw Kurattalwan, you are a great Mahatma. You have been mentioned by Lord Varadaraja himself. What happened, Swami? What happened? What is the context? Please explain to me. No, there was a conversation. The door was closing and Perindevi Tayar was asking, whose door is closing? Why are they closing at this late? And Lord Varadaraja said, well, it is Srivatsa Chinna Mishra. He is a great philanthropist. He just did his Tadyaradhanam and everything was over and he just closing the door. And Perindevi Tayar said, oh my God, I cannot believe that he has so much money and rich and he could do this one. This is amazing. Kurattalwan stopped for a second. Is that what they thought about me? That I'm a rich person, I'm doing this philanthropy work? They didn't see that I am Ramanujadasa. They didn't see that I am a Ramanujadasa who is just doing for the sake of all this kainkariam, for the sake of my Acharya's pleasure or for the sake of the Divya Dampati's pleasure. They don't see me as Ramanujadasa. They thought that I'm a great philanthropy work. He went home and then called his wife, Andalamai, time to pack everything, give away all the properties and everything to everybody. You know what? All these people have been fed because of the Divya Dampati's grace. It is not because of our money. They know how to take care of everybody. I am walking away here. Let's go to Srirangam and go and prostrate at the lotus feet of Swami Ramanuja. We don't need any money. Let us just start walking away. Think of this. You have been surrounded with material comfort. You can just walk away in no matter, like in just a fraction of a second. Swami Kurattalwan knows where to focus, like a cook who just focused on only one thing. That is Bhagavan and Acharyan and the Kainkariam. The moment anything, other things coming and getting distracted, stay away from that. They went to Srirangam. They were leading a very humble life. And Kurattalwan, one day he will go around. Few days back, he was a millionaire. He was feeding so many people. Now Swami Kurattalwan is going and begging for his day-to-day living. He will go and beg for something in the Unchavritti. They will go and do the Unchavritti. He will come back and get some rice and something on the whatever on the basket. He will give to Andalamai and she will cook some food. One day he was doing something. He was looking at Swami Ramanuja's Sribhashyam and he was looking at something and he was completely deep into that topic. He didn't even see the time, and it passed the time for going for the Unchavritti. And he just said, okay, what is the time now? Oh, it's 11:45 a.m. So I need to go and take shower. He went to take shower and started doing Thiruvaradhana. He forgot that he has to go to Unchavritti. The Unchavritti time has passed. Going and begging for the alms, it's already done. So he started doing Thiruvaradhanam, and then he called Andalamai, bring the taligai for Perumal, Bhagavan, Naivedyam for Bhagavan, bring the food. Andalamai said, Swami, you did not go to the Unchavritti today. We don't have anything at home, Swami. Whatever you bring on a day-to-day basis, I make food out of it. We don't have anything. Kuratadvan said, oh, I forgot because I was too much deep into Sribhashyam. You know what? Today, that time of eating has been saved. I don't need to spend time to eat my food. I'm going to offer this little water to Bhagavan because he is Patram, Pushpam, Palam, Toim. He just takes only anything that we offer with love and affection. He takes it. So let me offer this water. And he took that little bit of water and then gave it to Andalamai. Went back to the same place where he started looking into Sribhashyam. He continued his thought process on that. He didn't even think that he has not eaten for that day. At the same time, in Lord Ranganatha's Sannadhi in Srirangam, there was a big bell was ringing. That means they are offering Bhagavan Prasad Naivedyam to Bhagavan, Taligai to Bhagavan. Andalamai thought, when your child, Srivasa Chinna Mishra, your Kuratadvan is just completely starving here, he didn't have anything to eat, Ranganatha. You are the father and mother of Sriranganacharya and Sriranganatha. You are the father and mother of the entire universe. How can you let this small child of yours to go hunger? How can you let them to be hungry? And Lord Ranganatha, he knows everything, and he called all the Archakas and everybody. Today, right after this offering, this Taligai should go to Swami Kuratadvan. Everybody, after offering to Ranganatha, they took all the prasadam to Kuratadvan's small hut, and then they said, here is the prasadam from Srirangam Ranganatha, and said, I didn't ask for anything. How did you bring all this food to, all the prasadam to me? No, it is Divyadam Padigal. Lord Ranganatha and Sriranganacharya told us to take everything to you, Swami. Said, who? I didn't ask for anything. He looked around and then asked his wife, were you thinking something? And Andalamai said, yes, you are his child. I am not asking food for myself, but I don't want my pati. This is my pativrata dharmam. I don't want my pati to go hungry. It is for your sake I was asking Ranganatha, can't you take care of this one child? I am not asking for you, myself, Swami. And Kuratadvan said, Amma, never ever ask anything to Bhagavan. He will keep us, he will always give us what we need and what we deserve. That is the life that we need to follow. So, Kokkai Pola Irkadam, always focused on Bhagavan and Acharyan and Kainkaryam. That is what great Acharyas like Kuratadvan shows us. That is the first instruction from Anantadvan. The next one is Koli Pola Irkadam. You go to India, anywhere, you will see a lot of garbage and everything. That the hen will be there, rooster will be there. It will go around, exactly knows what to take from those places. It knows exactly, takes the food from that. Like that, in this material world, you will see a lot of bad influences, but every one of them have something good. Only look for that. Have the discriminatory power. Swami Vedanta Desika was like that, always was like that. Somebody was very jealous of Swami Vedanta Desika, and they decided, we need to insult today. And what are we going to do? They collected all the slippers from neighborhood, all the chappals and shoes of the people, and then they made a festoon out of it, and then put a thoranam right in front of their house. Swami Vedanta Desika came out and he saw this festoon, this thoranam of all the slippers and shoes, and he said, Karma valambaka, kechit, jnana valambaka. So some people follow the karma, the path of karma. Some people follow the path of jnana to go closer to Bhagavan. Vayam Haripada Dasa Pada Rakshavalam Pata. For me, the Haridasas, the great Sri Vaishnavas, Padaraksha, their Padukas is my salvation. That will take me closer to Bhagavan. See the humility. Look for that goodness in everywhere. Always look for the positive things that you could give back to the society. When Swami Vedanta Deshika was there, the Delhi Sultanates, they attacked Srirangam. They attacked Srirangam in a way. A lot of people, thousands of people died. And while they were all there, Swami Vedanta Deshika thought, you know what? No matter what, I am going to do something. I am going to protect one important thing, that is the Shruta Prakasika, a great commentary for Sri Bhashyam of Swami Ramanuja, done by Sudarshana Suri. And he took that Grantham and the small kids of Sudarshana Suri, they took them also, and he just hid himself in the midst of the bodies, all the dead bodies, Shruta Prakasika, Bhumau. That the shloka still tells us history, what happened that day, that every day that what we are reciting on Deshika Mangalam, Shruta Prakasika, Bhu, Yenado, Pariraksh, the one who protects the Shruta Prakasika, the great commentary for the Sri Bhashyam. So even during the difficult times, look for that one good thing. Try to do that best thing, best of your ability. That is the, my father used to tell me a long time back, he used to say, try to listen to divine music in the midst of noise. You will see the noise everywhere. In this material world, you will see only the noise. But in the midst of that, try to tune yourself and look for the goodness and always focus on that. Your frequency should match, not with these noises. Your frequency should match the goodness of others. Look for the goodness and other things and focus on that. Only focus on that. The third one is Uppai Pola Irkanam. Uppu is salt. We all know regular salt. The salt has two things. One is, when you dissolve a salt, it will never pop up and say, I am here. If it says, that means there is over salted, right? It's too much salt in the food. It completely dissolves. Becomes completely transparent. You cannot see where is salt, where is not salt once you add the salt to the food, right? It should be, the other thing is, it has to be in a right quantity. It cannot exceed the quality. So it is not too much, it is not too little, it is a right quality. Make sure that you do the service in the right way. Don't try to do it in a bombastic way. Don't try to show that you can do this. That is not the thing. The Kainkaryam should be in an appropriate level. What do we say in our Sankalpam every day? It is for Sriman Narayana Prityartham. We say, it is for your pleasure I am doing it, Lord. And the salt is completely dissolved. It never say, I made the food tasty. It is completely transparent. Keep the Kainkaryam, not yourself. The best example I could ever imagine is our own Srimad Azhagiyasingar, 45th Mukkur Azhagiyasingar. At the very, very old age, he started doing the construction of Rajagopuram, which was not even attempted by great kings. They said, you know what, this cannot be done. They just left it. All the other Gopurams were complete. This Gopuram was not even complete because even kings says, you know what, cannot be done. He took it and he said, I am going to build this largest Gopuram in Asia and offer it to Lord Ranganatha, Lord Rangaraja of Sri Rangam. And when he did it, he didn't ask for any big recognition. In those days, even a small mandapam was built. A king's Vigraham will be done the Pratishtapana inside. Even saints who have built mandapams, they put their own Vigrahams, or the Stapati decided to put the Vigraham of that GR Swami. I can give you many examples. I can give you many examples in many Divya Desam where mandapams are built by later saints, and their vigraham or their shila will be established within that mandapam, telling the entire world that they constructed this. Such a great monument was done. It is standing now, even today. It's such a beautiful, gigantic one for Lord Ranganatha. Go and see anywhere in that place, any vigraham or any special recognition was given to Srimad Azhagiyasingar. Nothing. He did it, he offered it to Bhagavan, and he just walked away. Uppai pola irkanam. When he did it, there will be small things on the bottom saying that this was done, because at the, I went all the way to the 13th floor. There's a 13 floors. I went all the way to the 13th floor a few years back. Even now it's very, very scary because of the wind and other things, the height. It is so scary. But at that age, he walked all the way there. There was a small wooden lift will take him all the way there. He will go and personally see everything and constructed and offered it to Bhagavan without thinking of any recognition for anything, anybody. He just did kainkaryam, uppai pola irkanam. Take that. When you do the kainkaryam, when you do the service, some people put a tube light. In the tube light, they put the entire family's history on the tube light. Right? You go to the temples, you will see this was donated by blah, 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 and then family, and then the city and the place where they are from, even they put the cell number. For what? The tube light, when it's done, they are going to throw it away. They are going to put a new tube light. We are living in such a small, focused world. Think about the entire thing. It was given by him. He is doing it through us. Always think that. It is sopritaye swayameva karayati. It is for your own pleasure. You are doing it through me. I am your instrument. I am nobody here. Be sublime. Be transparent. Be part of the part and parcel of the process, and don't put yourself on a big pedestal. That is uppai pola irkanam. Completely dissolve, submerge in kaikarya. And then finally, he said, ummai pola irkanam. Because the Sri Vaishnavas who came, they came in the morning. They came, and when Anantarvan told them that please stay, take part in festivities and come back in the evening, they were patient enough to do that. Because sometimes when we go and ask for something, we don't have any patience. We think, I need to be done today, yesterday. Give me. Any other thing is, we don't have patience with ourselves also. We go to the gym 3 days and then come back, and then it's not going to work out. No. Going to a gym is a discipline, it's a process. You need to do this one for at least a year. Then you will start seeing the results. So you need to have two things. Have patience with others. Have patience with yourself. When you start learning something new, don't think it's going to come to you tomorrow. The people who have done it, who have learned it, because they put enormous effort on it. It is over a period of time, slowly they build and they build and they build. They say, what do they say in Western culture? Rome was not built on one day. That is the thing that we need to take, that have the patience with external circumstances, also with ourselves. Don't become too impatient. Follow all the things best of your ability, and I'm sure because of your own effort, things will come to you. Because of his grace, things will come to you, because he will see. He sees us every day. In Vishnu Sahasranama, they say, Lokathyakshaga, Suradhyakshaga, Dharmatyakshaga. He is the one who is looking at the entire world. Every second he is looking at it. So he is always with us. And when you think the Bhagavan is with us, no entire world could be against us. Still we will be the winner, because we know that Bhagavan is with us, and we need to be patient with our efforts, and over a period of time we will see the results. So to summarize, this is the Sri Vaishnava within you. I put Lord Dole Krishnan, who has been given by this Perumal was given to us in year 2001 by Villivalam Azhagiyasingar. he turned several people into Sri Vaishnavism, because after he came here, people are started doing Tiruvardhanam, learned all the things that they need to follow. He is a great Acharya, Gitacharya, who is doing miracle in this country, in United States. He is doing sancharam throughout the country, making miraculous life changes in everybody's life. In ordinary people, he's touching like an Acharya. He touches everybody. That's why I put this Perumal right here. This is the Sri Vaishnava within you. You need to have the faith, absolute faith in Lord Sriman Narayana, and doing the Sharanagati, and they are the goal to attain, and doing Kainkariam to them is the goal. And make sure that you are focused like a kokkai pola irukkanam. Look for the goodness in every situation. Kodi pola irukkanam. Have the humility, uppai pola irukkanam. Completely selfless, subtle, completely dissolved in the service. And then the patience, ummai pola irukkanam. Make sure that you have the patience with yourself and with others in the life. With that one, I thank for the opportunity to talk about little things about whatever I know. Kavitarki Simhaya Kalyana Gunasalini, Shrimate Venkatesaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha, Vadiddipa Shirobhanga Panchana Parakrama, Sriman Venkatanatha Haricharam Vijayadambugi, Sri Ramarja Siddhanta Naranatham, Adivanshana Kopachya, Yatheendra Cheta.